Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Don't Argue Podcast. I hope you guys are well. Thank you again for tuning in, for checking in. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff here. I've got some, I don't know, it depends on the way you sort of see it, right? Upsetting, optimistic, I don't know. I've got some news anyway, all right? And I'm sure you know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. So without further ado, hit that intro. I suppose you can say the writing was on the wall. Maybe it was faint. Maybe it was writing that was just on the cusp of being written. But somewhere, somehow, something, somewhere, whatever it is, I suppose we all sort of saw this happening. Now, Nat Fyfe, by some people, I'm sure, one of the greatest captains Fremantle has ever had. If you look at his accolades, definitely. Nonetheless, he has called time on his captaincy, using the words intuitive, right? Intuitive, for those of you who don't know, is basically to do something well in evidence, right? So it's just based on sheer, I suppose, just an approach, I suppose, right? With no method. And with that being said, he stepped down, and he'll no longer be in the leadership group as well, stating that he feels that, he could, with his body and seeing the way the team was, he just thought that it was probably the right time. Fyfe has also alluded to playing up front, right, in the forward position. So he wants to spend time concentrating and focusing on that key area there. Now, for us fans, I suppose we look at this and we may be bemused. Again, some of us have probably been expecting this. But nonetheless, there's no doubting that there's a strong captain, a strong individual, strong player, a Fremantle player who will no longer be, at our disposal. Now, obviously, it opens up another chapter of Fremantle, right? Obviously, there's the Monday chapter, and then now Freo with Fyfe relinquishing his captaincy and leadership. We now go into a whole completely different new era. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank Fyfe for all he's done. I remember as well, particularly 2017, 2021, or more so 2018, when I started following, but you get what I mean. There were some rough years, rough patches for quite some time there for Fremantle. And Nat Fyfe actually did well to not only carry a lot of the load there, but to also show amazing leadership, courage, and excellence throughout his tenure during the tough, if you will, seasons there for Fremantle. He basically crawled, if you will. He walked. So Brayshaw, Young, Sarong, and Co, can run, so to speak. Now, with Fyfe, obviously, his body unfortunately came into question last season and the season prior. And I just feel like, with all that being said, you almost could see it. Now, obviously, you want a captain that's there, a captain that's ready. Now, like I said, I touched on it before. This opens up a new, different conversation, right? Especially now with Fyfe being gone from the captaining role. Sorry. Who would you select? You've got the likes of Alex Pearce, obviously, right? He's already accustomed to the role. He's already shown that he can do it. He's got the leadership qualities. However, Longmire and Co may go a different route altogether. And perhaps might even go with a dark horse, potentially. Sarong, if you will. Brayshaw, perhaps. All I know is that Fyfe's captaincy is what he's brought to the club. It won't be forgotten. And he did, I'm just paraphrasing him here, but Fyfe also did say that he feels, with this intuitive, the intuitive decision, if you will, he feels that it's probably going to bring Fremantle closer to a premiership. It's a big year ahead for us, all right? Let's not mistake that. A big year. A lot of expectations, if I can get it out. And a lot of us fans as well, right? Hanging and clinging on to some form, shape of hope. I bid Nat Fyfe adieu. I bid him a farewell from the captaincy context, and I want to thank him. I want to thank him because when I came into following Fremantle in 2018, he was the captain I knew of. I didn't know of Mundy. I didn't know of Pavlich. I only knew of Nat Fyfe, right? And the irony is that with Nat Fyfe stepping down, now for the first time I get to experience Fremantle with, and I suppose we all do, really. We now get to experience Fremantle in a different light, if you will, and now a new chapter, and it just feels like for me, the final closing, I suppose. All right? Yeah, it's bittersweet, you know, because there's optimism, and it's not like Fyfe is going, but you just get this still the surreal feeling of sadness, and it's really hard to describe, but such is the impact of Fyfe. And when you're a player of his caliber, who will never ever, in my opinion, be seen again, yeah, you know, you can't blame us for feeling a bit disheartened, regardless. And I suppose it's just out of pure sadness, and you know, because we saw a once brilliant, or still brilliant, but you get what I mean, footballer whose body was just giving in. And, you know, it's sad, but because of that, you almost thought, yeah, well, surely captaincy is next. And lo and behold, heave-ho, Freo. Here we go. Anyway, give me your thoughts. Captaincy is going to be a big one. If I had my 2 cents in it, primarily, I'd say Andy Brayshaw, personally. I think Fremantle need to look into the future. I'm not taking anything away from Alex Pearce, not at all. But I just think Fremantle need to look beyond, look into the next gen, if you will, to coin a very cliche term. Give me your thoughts. Anyway, take it easy. See you guys next time. And whenever anyone wants to tackle Nat Fyfe, guess what? Don't argue.